Welcome to my home recording studio, where I've come to make a very profound point that relates to leadership, management, coaching, educating, and even parenting. In my speeches, I often say that we become the average of the 5 people we associate with the most, which means we must be willing to pay any price and travel any distance to associate with extraordinary human beings. What's an extraordinary human being? In my belief system, is someone who triggers more passion, creativity, and imagination and innovation. So we leave that person inspired to take something from what it is to what it has the potential and power to become. So I love to ask people the question, how many notes are there in music? We can revert back to our childhood games of do, re, mi, and count, which means most reply there are 7 notes in music, only counting the major notes on the 88-key keyboard. Contraire mon frère, in the year 1685, a very famous music composer in Western Europe decides he wants more options. He's the guy that put the black keys on the piano. So if you look at the 88 keys on this keyboard, there are 7 white notes and 5 black notes, a total of 12 notes in music. And those 12 notes constitute what we call an octave that repeats themselves every 12 notes up and down this 88-key keyboard. What does that have to do with leadership, management, coaching, educating, and parenting? Everything. You see, every single song ever written was written with the same 12 notes. The only difference between one song and another song is the order in which those 12 notes fall and the timing and spacing in between the notes. Let me give you an example. Little D minor riff. How about rock and roll? How about a little smooth jazz? How about just something mellow? Three different genres using the same exact 12 notes. So here's the question of the day that ties us into leadership, management, coaching, educating, and parenting. What's the difference between a hit songwriter and a lousy songwriter? They have access to the same 12 notes. What's the difference between a great banker and a lousy banker? They have access to the same interest rates and the same economy. I drive 45 minutes one way to bank at the First National Bank of Morgan, and never once have I ever asked what the interest rates are on my loans. If money becomes the topic of conversation, it means the presentation is weak and the relationship is non-existent. We have got to understand the answer to all of these questions is the same answer to the one question. What's the difference between a hit songwriter and a lousy songwriter? Passion, creativity, and imagination. So the next time someone says, hey, you got to think outside the lines, you got to think outside the box, will you please join me in the back of the room in kind of a renegade maverick mindset and ask, what if the answers are still in the box? Most people who come to trainings come in search of the new answers. Come on, Clark, give me the pixie dust. What's the secret sauce? You're poised, ready to take copious notes. When in reality, don't you think we ought to come to speeches and conventions and meetings and trainings in search of the right answers? And the right answers have always been right, or we can't call them right. I challenge you to start thinking like a hit songwriter, because from a sales perspective, when you wake up thinking like a hit songwriter, you'll realize that no matter how many great sales you've made in the past, no matter what your past performance is in breaking sales records, no matter how many hits or amazing deals you've put together in your past, Today is a brand new day to take the same basic 12 naked notes, the same sales presentation, the same experience in your office, in your world, and with passion, creativity, imagination, and innovation, rearrange that basic information into another hit song, into another extraordinary customer experience, into an experience where we interact one with another and always leave saying, I like me best when I'm with you. I want to see you again.